Motivation is not just a feeling, it is a science. It is not something that appears magically when we need it the most, nor is it something that only certain people are born with. Motivation is a biological process controlled by our brain, and the good news is that we can train our brain to generate motivation whenever we need it. At the core of motivation is a powerful chemical called dopamine. Dopamine is often referred to as the feel-good chemical, but it does more than just make us feel happy. It plays a crucial role in driving us to take action. When we anticipate a reward, our brain releases dopamine, creating a feeling of excitement and eagerness to move forward. The interesting part is that dopamine is released more when we make progress toward a goal than when we actually achieve the goal. This explains why starting something new feels exciting, but over time, that excitement fades and people lose motivation. It is because they focus too much on the end result instead of recognizing the small wins along the way. Most people believe that motivation comes before action, that they need to feel motivated before they can start working on something. However, science proves that the opposite is true. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. When we take even the smallest step forward, our brain rewards us with a release of dopamine, which makes us feel good and pushes us to take another step. This means that if we wait for motivation before we act, we may never start. Instead, we must take action first, and the motivation will build from there. The more we take action, the more dopamine is released, creating a positive cycle of motivation and progress. Since dopamine is the key to motivation, the best way to stay motivated is to learn how to trigger its release consistently. One of the most effective ways to do this is by breaking big goals into smaller, manageable tasks. The brain gets overwhelmed by large, distant goals, making them seem impossible to achieve. But when we focus on small milestones, we give ourselves opportunities to experience success more frequently, and each success releases dopamine, keeping us motivated. Another powerful way to boost motivation is by rewarding ourselves for progress. Acknowledging even small achievements triggers dopamine release, reinforcing the behavior and making it more likely that we will continue. Whether it is taking a short break, enjoying a favorite snack, or simply recognizing our own progress, small rewards keep us engaged in the process. Creating a habit loop is another way to train the brain for motivation. The brain loves routine, and when we consistently do something at the same time every day, our brain starts to expect it, making it easier to stay committed. This is why top athletes and highly successful individuals follow strict routines. Over time, the habit itself becomes the motivation. Visualization is also a powerful tool in generating motivation. The brain cannot distinguish between imagination and reality, so when we visualize success, our brain releases dopamine as if we have already achieved it. This makes us feel motivated and ready to take action. Surrounding ourselves with the right environment is just as important. Motivation is contagious, and the people around us influence our energy and mindset. If we surround ourselves with hardworking, positive individuals, our brain adapts to that energy, pushing us to improve. But if we are surrounded by negativity and laziness, our brain will mirror that as well. The truth about motivation is that it is not a magical force that comes and goes. It is a process that we can control. Instead of waiting to feel inspired, we must take action first, even if we don't feel like it. Once we start, our brain will reward us with the motivation to keep going. Every small action we take builds momentum, and the more we do it, the stronger and more consistent our motivation becomes. The next time we feel unmotivated, we must remember that the secret is not to wait but to start. Because once we begin, The brain will take over and push us forward, making us unstoppable.